What's going on? How you doing, everybody? See y'all, man. I'm about to go step out real quick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Step out real quick. Out here it's about to snow out here. It's like flurries and shit, you know what I'm saying? But oh, actually, guys, it is actually snow. Here it is. I like to have this as my screen wall. You know, my wall stream. Word, this be nice though. Get away to this damn fucking boat. What's good? What's good? 5-star Fog Splash. Matter of fact, I'm about to talk about something just about half of America loved. Half of America. I don't know about now, but in the 90s, they loved wrestling. Wrestling was the shit. You know what I'm saying? Wrestling was all. It was this shit was the shit. This nigga Lamont Dones leaving me a fucking comment. Shut the fuck up, faggot. He the main motherfucker who have purses and shit. A bunch of purses and shoes, high heel shoes in this motherfucking room. Little 10-foot room. 10 by 8-foot room. Get the fuck out of here. You're 10 foot by 8 wide, 8 foot room, whatever, man. You got a small room, motherfucker. You live in a box. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, yeah, Quasi been roasting the shit out of that nigga though. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Quasi, he get a few every now and then. He get a few. Every now and then he get a few, you know what I'm saying, good little chuckles from Quasi. Because he be in his little retard rants. Anyway, man, back to what I was talking about, man. Yeah, WCW was the real deal. Because, you know why? WCW had motherfuckers from, you know, from what's the name? What up, Darren? I see you was on Beasley's show. Beasley is Beasley. Just like Mike is Mike, Beasley's Beasley. But shout out to Mike and Beasley, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Snitch and Chris. Of course, salute to the General L. Dot, RGR family. Peace, what up, y'all? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people in the chat too. Yo, thank you, Darren. I appreciate that. One love, man. Even if you come here one time, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Even if you call me names, as long as you come support, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Even if you thumbs me down, this you know, it shows that I'm doing okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm alright. Yeah, y'all, that's the flim flam. Anyway, WCW was the real deal because New Japan and Old Japan was in there. Mexican wrestling was in there. You know what I'm saying? They had Irish wrestlers, some real European wrestlers, and this is back then when I would watch wrestling. I don't watch wrestling at all anymore. I started watching wrestling around 08. I mean, I basically stopped really watching wrestling when after WrestleMania 20. I was like, ain't no purpose. You know what I'm saying? But in between I was watching boxing. But WCW, man, I mean, my favorite WCW, they had their own characters, man. Like you see Big Papa Pump, he created his character there. Buff Bagwell, you know what I'm saying? Booker T, the Harlem Heats, all these original motherfuckers that started their gimmicks, you know, their real, you know what I'm saying, money making gimmicks there. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a stream about wrestling too, like old school though, old school shit. You know, Beasley was mentioning about Chief Shade Strongbow. I like Junkyard Dog. He was my man. Junkyard Dog was the shit. Oh yeah, Big Booty Daddy. Exact. That's who Steiner would call himself. Holla if you hear me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand. Steve Austin got that what from DMX. Real talk. And Jay-Z got that diamond shit from Diamond Dallas Page actually. But it was just turned the other way. So wrestlers copy from rappers and rappers copy from wrestlers. It's been going on for years. But yeah, like I was saying, man. DDP, another example. He started his career there. You know what I'm saying? His whole gimmick was there. You know? The outsiders, but they came from WW. I'm talking about original guys from WCW. The Giant, you know what I'm saying? He was from there, the Giant, you know, Paul White. The guy named Renegade, he was copying Ultimate Warrior, but he passed away. Man, you going way ahead of me, man. You go way ahead of me, Darren. Goldberg was the shit. And that spear, forget it. Let me tell you something about Goldberg. What I loved about Goldberg. When I first saw Goldberg, I was like, this dude is the real deal. That dude, man. Oh, see, I gotta, man, Darian, man, for real. Alright, let me just talk about Goldberg, real talk. Because Rick Steiner, he started his shit too, solo. That's what I liked about it, because Rick and Scott, they did their own solo thing. When you had Tank Abbott. I mean, real wrestlers, real fighters up in there, for real. Goldberg, man, when he came to WCW, he exploded, man. I mean, when he spared you, I mean, he only has a few moves, but they were ill moves. He made those moves look the best, even to this day when you watch the tapes. You know what I'm saying? When he would pick you up and gorilla press you, then put you on the shoulder and then slam you. Oh man, forget it. You know what I'm saying? Then he would give you the kicks and the punches. Like Goldberg was more like of a striker, like how Undertaker is. He like a striker type. He not really a real wrestler, but he can strike the shit out of you and slam the holy hell out of you. You know what I'm saying? He was just the belly to belly suplex. The suplex. Let me tell you who the two suplex kings were. Fuck Brock Lesnar, Scott and Rick. They were suplex maniacs. But Goldberg though, he definitely, man. Like when he went against the Giant, like every time when he went against the Giant, I was like, damn, these motherfuckers. He was the Brock Lesnar of WCW, and he was the one who really was like manhandling the Giant. Big Show, Paul White, manhandling the Big Show. I mean, he slammed Big Show more than fucking Lex Luthor did. Lex Luger, he wasn't as strong as Goldberg. Like Lex Luger was just a body, and he flexed it. He was just corny, just like Bret Hart said. Another man, Bret Hart, was amazing, but he started in WWF. But when he came to WCW, he was alright. He was not too bad, you know. You had Scott Norton. Scott Norton was, you know, he was kind of weak, you know. Then you had Ice. You know what I'm saying? Remember Fire and Ice? Scott Norton and the Ice dude. The black dude was Ice, or he was Fire. It's off the chain, man. Crazy, man. Mick Foley did come to WCW though. I believe he was there first, and then he went to ECW. Then he went to WWF. But Triple H started at WCW. He was with William Regal at the time, when there was those prissy motherfucking English guys, you know, with the robes and shit. And that's how Triple H actually really is. He's a prissy prick ass racist motherfucker, but that's another story. But yeah, man, that shit was, I mean, it's classic. I mean, WCW had a lot of I mean, the Nitro girls. Like, come on, man. They were, come on. No, not even WWF had an idea with that. You know, matter of fact, Vince McMahon stole a lot of shit from WCW. One was those girls, remember the models, the $250,000? he stole that. Like he kind of like in a way he stole that. He tried to make a Nitro type of girls type of thing, but it was whack, you know, in a different kind of way, you know. But WCW, like I said, it had the finance backing them, the real wrestlers, the entertainment it was to me it was the best, you know. The thing was with Vince McMahon and WWF, it was just too much. It was like too much rope opera, you know. It was really, I mean, it's too too spectacle, you know. It was like it looked like it was just faker. WCW was more real, you know what I'm saying? We got Tracy in the building. We got Jimmy Cockhold in the building. What up, Tracy, baby? Mwah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like WCW was the real deal, man. I mean, they had a little bit. They had Glacier, you know. They had the Giant when he started with Kevin Sullivan. A little bit of that Dooms, the darkness, because Kevin Sullivan, a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't know, but if you Google him, Kevin Sullivan, I knew this from back in the day. That motherfucker, he would wrestle you out of the ring. I mean, he wrestled in and out the ring. Like, he was a savage. And him and Chris Benoit had real beef because of women. And that was real beef they had. A lot of people speculating that Kevin Sullivan had Chris Benoit killed instead of him killing family. I think somebody killed Chris Benoit and his family. I mean, oh yeah, Crip Lacrosse race with Wolverine started there. They had a good factions there. They had Raven and the Flock. You know, I ain't gonna even mention NWO. I mean, that's a given. You know, or no, because they got Hulk Hogan. I'm talking about other factions. You got the we got the Flock, NWO. There's other factions too. There was some other ones if I could come off the top of my head. But the Flock was good. They had Reese, the Giant Reese there. The Giant Reese actually, he was in the 1995 or I think 96 Halloween Havoc, and he came out as the Yeti. That was actually him when the Giant and Hulk Hogan was going at it. Classic feuds, man. Classic entertainment, man. You know, like real, like people would actually sit there and actually watch wrestlers wrestle, like, you know. But with WWF, it was just it's too dramatic, way too much. Like I said, rope opera, you know, too much. Like with Elizabeth and Hulk Hogan and Macho Man, like that shit was like whack. Like I would look at it before. When I looked at it, I was like, oh, it was alright, but I mean, it was entertaining. But as I look at it now, even like a few years after, I'm like, that's kind of whack, man. Because sometimes if you look at it, like Macho Man really had beef with that nigga, with Hulk Hogan. Yeah, but the thing is though, Cockhold, the thing is though, also, it's also speculated that he had a lot of brain injuries, a lot of the head trauma. You know what I'm saying? Hitting the head a lot of times with chair shots. And they did a research on his brain too. I saw that documentary. And they had that guy, Chris Nowinski. He started studying because he stopped because he got hit in the head a lot of times too, or a few times with the chair shots. And he said Chris Benoit, he was losing his mind as well. Like, I don't know. I mean, but that's what I was saying. They say Kevin Sullivan has someone killed, but I believe, you know, it's a lot of theories. Like he killed his family, somebody had him killed, him and his family killed. There's so many theories, man, behind it. Like, so, but you know, he's dead though. You know, he's dead, and hey, you know what I'm saying. But he was the best. You know what I'm saying? He was the best. You know, with the 4 Horsemen. Forgot, yeah, the 4 Horsemen. You got the 4 Horsemen. Then you also had the Flock, 4 Horsemen. Then you had I forgot Kevin Sullivan's whole faction, the whole team. Forgot the team. If you guys can help me out with that one, because he had the Giant. He had John Tender. Then he had this other big fat motherfucker. Then he had the Samoan guys. He had Ming and Barbarian. But it was, like I said, man, it was like WCW, man. It had more like brutality entertainment than spectacle entertainment, and it was less people, like less celebrities came there, but it made it look good, with the celebrities like the Hitman Hearns came when he came there, and then of course Malone and Rodman came there. It was pretty good, man. Eric Bischoff was like Eric Bischoff. If only Eric Bischoff, I believe if Eric Bischoff would have just kind of not had Hogan dictate the NWO. I think if he would have just let the other regimes like the Flock and not the Four Horsemen because they're old, but the young Latin wrestler Lucha Libres, if he would have just let them shine a little bit, like if they would have 50-50, I think WCW would still be around today. I really think so. Or at least it would have been around at least until like 2010, I mean, but cause they could have had a Nitro 10-year anniversary Nitro, but they didn't make it that far because it's 2001. You know what I'm saying? Vince McMahon. I basically knew that Vince was gonna buy it because the way how Nitro was ending and how Eric Bischoff, when he gave a talk on Nitro, do the Titantron, and he was telling us, oh, we got somebody's gonna buy it, but we don't know who. I was like, I said it a long time ago. I was like, before I said it around what 99, towards the end of 99. I was like, because WCW wasn't looking too good. I was like, I think Vince gonna buy that shit. And sure enough, he bought it. Because Vince, he wanted all the power, but it didn't work out too good because he got all three factions. And look at it, what happened today. It's not, shit ain't good. Shit is terrible, man. But yeah, man, shit. And I miss WCW, but I might just do another stream on something else, something different. I don't know what the hell that means, Grace. You have to be clear. You know what, Jimmy? The thing is, Jimmy, do you look at it as him kissing his ass? I don't know. I'm not even being funny. Do you look at it as him kissing his ass? I don't know.
Who's down here with you?
Just me.
Close that door.
All right, cool. Yeah. Listen. I don't think it's kissing. Well, what do you think? What do you think, Jimmy? Like, your opinion? I don't honestly, I don't know. I don't know. But Jimmy, I don't know. Like, honestly, I really don't know, Jimmy. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, all I can say is this: that, you know what I'm saying, he teaming up with Tommy. Is I don't like Tommy. I'm not feeling Tommy at all. You know what I'm saying? Because just last night he did a stream about Bone Crusher. This dude, like, he did a stream about Bone Crusher, right? And he talking about how Bone Crusher, listen to what he was saying. Are you serious? Like, Bone Crusher, his lyrics? Dude, do you listen to what Metallica be saying? Do you listen to what the Hanson twins be saying? Do you listen to what all those white artists? Did you listen to what Eminem be saying? Do you know he promoted killing his mother? Like, I don't understand, Tommy. Like, that I don't understand. Like, look, him teaming up with Tommy, L-Dot teaming up with Tommy, it's the reason for everything. I ain't going to dispute it. I'm not diverting. I'm just saying, look, me personally, I mean, I couldn't like, I couldn't really like with Tommy. I don't know, but it is what it is, man. You know, it's just for a reason. I mean, but you gotta look at it like this too. Honestly, he could be using this to an advantage. You know what I'm saying? Because Tommy's known for using people, so you know, L. Dot could be doing the same thing. Like, you know, it could be a trick. See, y'all gotta see this. That's the thing. Y'all gotta look at it like this. You gotta look way beyond what's happening. You gotta look in the inner eye. You gotta be like, why is L. Dot teaming up with Tommy? Is there a motive behind it? Is it a good or a bad thing? See, you gotta look in you know, I mean, if you there, I'm gonna be blunt with you. If you there to use that motherfucker, then fucking all means do it, and then say fuck you, you know. So I mean, that's what it is. But you reached out to Tommy. Well, I mean, listen. Everything happened afterwards. Like I started getting cool with RGR and started looking at I never liked the Tommy. I never liked his views. His views is all he's very coonish. But like I said, I mean the thing is that this is like way the time, like in the beginning, like I'm like, and I didn't like Tommy anyway. And I never really wanted to go to this platform. I would go to his platform and go in his chat and diss the shit out of him. He blocked me. That's it. I never really, you know, that's why me and Slapper went at it over Tommy and white supremacy. I mean, and you know, now it's like, yo, whatever, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But look, I'm out, y'all. I'll talk to y'all, all right? One.